guys, how are you? Today I'm printing a drone frame, and we all like 3D printing, right? But what happens when the print stops? Most of the times there is some error on the USB transmission, and this causes your printer to stop working. Somehow it latches into a very weird mode, and you are not able to resume the print anymore. You are not able to stop and restart the print from where you left. The only thing you can do in these situations is basically to tear apart the print and to start all over again. And that's not a very convenient scenario, right? I mean, when you're printing something that takes like 4 hours or so, you realize that you've already been through like half spool of filament. It's not very convenient, right? So today I'm gonna show you how to basically fix a stopped print. This is how my screen is looking like. You can see that the printer it's already at the first layer of this print. So let's presume that this is something bigger that takes a longer period of time. You wouldn't be very satisfied to find out that your printer has stopped midway, so you would like to make it somehow to continue printing from where it's left. We will simulate the scenario when your 3D printer actually stops, and like I said before, this thing actually occurs when there is an error with your USB cable, like there is a very large power glitch on your network, or there is some voltage spike that affects your USB communication, or you don't have a very good USB cable that it's properly shielded. So what basically happens is the communication stops for a very short period of time, and then when you check your Pronterface window, it looks like this. Okay, it shows an error and then access is denied. The thing you actually try to do is try to pause and resume, but you see that nothing happens. You basically lost the communication, you interrupted the communication, and now the firmware in your 3D printer doesn't know where to start again. So what you can actually do is basically modify the gcode file, and I'm gonna show you how to do this to be able to restart this print. Right now you're gonna reconnect to the printer, make sure that your heating elements are working again. You're gonna carefully reposition your entire printing head to the edge very close to the home position, and then you're gonna hit the home position on your printer interface. Okay, then you're gonna go and access your gcode file on your computer. In this case, this is my gcode file. You're gonna open it with Notepad, and you're gonna remember where your printer has stopped. If you go to your Pronterface, meanwhile, you can count the number of layers that were already deployed, or if your printer interface crashed so badly that you cannot do anything, the only thing that you can do is basically to take a very good caliper and to go to your printer and to actually measure the height of your 3D print, and based on your knowledge about the layer height, you establish how many layers you actually printed. In my case, I'm using 0.3 millimeters as a layer height, and I keep in mind that I have reached the height of 0.9 millimeters right now. So I go to my gcode file and I search for the following command: g1 z 0.9, and it will lead me to the actual point where the third layer starts to be deployed. So I don't really want to start again from the third layer, because as you can actually see, my third layer was already deployed, at least the outer shells of the third layer. So I'm gonna start with the fourth layer, and that means that I will search for 1.2. That will be the beginning of my third layer. This is the extruder command right now, so I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna select the previous line, and I'm gonna go to the beginning of this document, where it starts basically to move the printer head. I'm gonna press shift, and then with my cursor I'm gonna click on the first line when it actually starts to prepare the head for the movement, for the first movements. You can actually see that this command section also starts with the E0 command. So what I'm gonna do is delete the entire section that I've selected right now. I'm gonna leave only one line with this G92 command, and right now I actually have a fixed G-code that I'm gonna save. So I'm gonna save as, because I don't want to mess the file that I previously had. Okay, so I'm gonna save the file as G-code, keep this in mind. Okay, and I'm gonna write here fix in front of it, just to know that this is the fixed version of the file. I'm gonna go back to my printer interface. I'm gonna load this fix file, and the fix file is actually floating above the printing plane, as you can see, just above it, and it basically starts from where it left. Okay, so it's not touching the plane. There are only 3 layers here underneath this piece that are actually missing, and you can actually see the this gray line that starts from the origin is actually the movement of the printing head, and the movement of the printing head floats above the printing plane, and it reaches to a certain point here, and this this printing section basically starts from the air. Okay, so right now my printing head is in the home position. I'm gonna start the print, hitting the print button. The printing head is gonna start moving again, trying to pick up from where it left. Okay, and after I hit the print button, I'm gonna set the printing speed to about 50% because meanwhile I need to adjust the height of the print just in case I did something wrong, because I don't want to mess the entire print there if my printing head is like 0.3 millimeters below or something like this. You notice that in my case I have mechanical end stops, and this can actually cause some variations there in the height of the printing head with plus minus 0.1 millimeters, and I don't want to jam the entire print there, and I don't want to hit anything with the printing head, so that's why I'm gonna lower the speed. So there we go, I hit the print button. Meanwhile I set the printing speed to 50. Okay, so basically right now the print started from exactly where it left, and it's continuing with the remaining layers. In some cases probably you will not match the exact height of your print, and you're gonna have some material that it's overflowing over the edges of your print, but still you can save your print, so you don't have to throw it away and to start all over. So I'm gonna come back to this video when I finish the print, so you see exactly how the result looks like. And this is how the actual print really looks like. Of course, after attaching the top case and removing some excess materials from the edges, you saw that the intermittent layer was a little bit overflowing. If it happens like this, you can actually remove the material very easily using a cutter. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you like to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, to leave a comment below, and of course if you want to see more videos with FPV drones in action, just check out the FPV Mini Quad Yash channel, and you can see more videos with fast drones there. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.